Hi friends, welcome back to Faith and Error Homestead. My name is Jaylee, and I'm actually at the church right now. We have an event going tonight, and so I'm here today, and I'm actually going to be starting some seeds, but not for the church. So this rack down here on the end, the shelving unit, is mine. I decided I wasn't going to start seeds for my garden this year, and so I temporarily donated that shelving unit to the church so that we could use it to start our seeds. This year, we won't need it ever again because we purchased those tables that you see when you go to like nurseries that hold the plants. We have 2 of those, 18 feet long, and a trellising unit that will hold lights. Those are going to go into our greenhouse, and we will be starting seeds in the greenhouse every season going forward, but we didn't get all of that put together in time to do that this year, and so we had to do this setup instead inside one of the classrooms here inside the church. And so I am starting a tray of seeds in this video, and so I'm here doing it because I needed to be here anyway, but also I'm going to be putting it on one of these shelves. Since I don't have any of the stuff that I need at home to do it, I'm just going to throw it in here with these seeds. So the reason I'm doing this, you may have now heard at this point that we are moving. And so I especially don't need to garden my garden. Back when I first made that video, which was like a winter life update video back earlier this year, I had said, I don't think I'm going to be planting my garden. And I had said it was because I'm going to be so busy with this church garden. That's true, but it wasn't the whole truth. I knew already at that point that we were likely going to be moving. And so for that reason, I didn't plan on planting out my garden. I have since felt really convicted about that. I think I want to bless whoever purchases our home. I love that garden. I've poured myself into the garden that we have at our current house that we'll be selling soon. And it just doesn't feel right to leave it empty. It doesn't feel right at all. In fact, I don't know why I ever even considered that an option. Of course, I want to fill it with beautiful plants and allow it to bless whoever comes in. We will not be leaving our current home until June. So whoever purchases it won't have time. They could do fall gardening, but they won't have time to have a full gardening season. And so I want to go ahead and plant some things knowing that it's not for me, but it's for the next person that moves into our home. So I have a tray here, and I've got some seeds, which we will talk about in a moment. I'm very careful not to take advantage of the church, and so I even bought my own bag of soil. Even though we've got plenty of soil here, I want this to be all of my own stuff. So these are my seeds, my soil, and let's talk about it. So I'm not going to start these today. I'm going to leave I'm going to leave one 6-cell tray open for zucchini and cucumber. It's not time to start these yet. I always wait to start zucchini and cucumber until we're just a few weeks out from transplant, because these don't really like being started in containers and would rather be direct sown. I can't direct sow here. They'll get eaten by slugs or bunny rabbits. And so I do start them, but they don't need a lot of time. I'm also going to be doing some calendula, some cosmos, some celosia, and I've got 2 different kinds of zinnias here. A lot of flowers. I've missed the window to start most vegetables. I'm too late for peppers. I'm too late for tomatoes. I'm too late for any sort of brassica, cabbage, kale, Brussels sprout, anything like that. I'm going to start regular basil and lemon basil. These are going to be a little late because I'm starting them so late. Normally I would have started these much sooner, but I still think it's worth doing because they're not coming until June. So I think they'll be established by then. I brought them with me to show you, but I'm not starting them. I've got sugar snap peas. And then I am putting tomatoes and peppers in the garden, but I'm gonna purchase those as started plants from my local nursery. I'm not getting crazy. I don't wanna spend a lot of money on this, but I can get a couple flats of tomatoes and peppers pretty affordably from my local nursery. So we'll do some cherry tomatoes that will grow on the arch trellis in front of the fireplace, and then we'll put peppers, you know, and probably some paste tomatoes and things like that. And I think that that's fine. I think if we do the sugar snap peas, most of my other herbs are perennial at this point. My sage will come back. My oregano will come back. I'll plant the basil. The sugar snap peas, the herbs, the tomatoes, the peppers, the flowers, the zucchini, and the cucumber. I think that's plenty. And then I also have rhubarb that's perennial. I have echinacea that's perennial. I have chamomile that self-seeds, basically is perennial. I've got obviously the raspberries, which I'm so sad to leave behind, but will greatly bless somebody. And I think that's good. I think that's good. That will really bless whoever comes into the house, and will hopefully encourage them to continue to garden. I hope so. I hope whoever buys our house is excited about the garden and wants to continue doing it. This feels really good because I haven't really got to do any seed starting this year because the volunteers have been doing it all here at the church. And I've done a tray or two here and there with them, but mostly I've wanted to empower others and give them the space to do it. So I haven't really got to. So this feels really nice, having my hands in the dirt like this. It's going to be so exciting that first time that I start seeds for whatever property we end up with. That's going to feel amazing. We'll save one for the zucchini and one for the cucumber. I've got a lot more space than I think I do. So if we did basils in one, zinnias in one, calendula has their own, zucchini and cucumber have their own, celosia has their own, cosmos has their own. That's a lot of flowers. I'm really not sure what else to start. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I mean, I guess I could give zinnia, the zinnia is their own, but that's so many flowers. 6, 12, 24, 30. That's 30 flower plants. Can I even fit that many flower plants in my garden? Okay, nope, I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna give the basils their own instead of the zinnias because I'll take some of the basils with me. Yeah, let's do that. Most of these seeds are pretty old at this point, so I probably won't even have a 100% germination rate across the board on these anyway. So I'm not going to worry about having too many plants. I'm sure I'll end up with exactly what I need.